Graduation rate at the University of Oklahoma is 69% on the U.S. Department of Education College Scorecard. The midpoint for the four-year college is 58, not for the college, but the midpoint for four-year colleges is 58%. Oklahoma surpassed that with 69%. That's good. The average annual cost at Oklahoma is, oh my, the average annual cost will cost you $17,000 and $413. So that's very close to the midpoint, the common like average of what other 4 years charge you. But let's make sure, we gotta fact check that. Sometimes the college scorecard be on estimate, and so we wanna really make sure. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna calculate Oklahoma University tuition and fees. You type in Oklahoma University or any college, type in any college, and type in, make sure you put space, tuition and fees. Every time you say tuition and fees, it's gonna take you there. I'm assuming you're a resident. If you want to go to this school, please don't be a non-resident. Be a resident. Non-resident is gonna cost you a lot more. So they did theirs a little funky. As I would say to anybody, I don't like when schools do this. So the way they did it, they already factored in you staying on campus, but they also factor you staying off campus. So I don't really have to do much calculation, but I still like to calculate my tuition per credit hour personally. I do. I love to do that. They didn't specify if this is together. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's why I don't like when schools do that, because that could be a misrepresentation of the school. If somebody sees 5,000 immediately, they're gonna think, is that for one semester or two semesters? See, they don't specify, and then I have to figure that out, right? Or we have to figure that out. So let's go see. Boom. So okay, we found that. Oklahoma residents are looking at 2610. So we're going to cut that. Of course, when we put that into a smaller video, you're looking at 2610. Because I was going to say 9,000 in fees. That's a little crazy. That's a little crazy. I had to really hold on. So they're saying for residents, you're looking at 2610. Oops. You're looking at 2610. So you're looking at 2610 times 2, 5220. That's where that 5220 comes from. Thank you. There we go, Oklahoma. I like that. That's very good prices though. 2610 to go to this school, that's very good prices. In tuition alone. But you have to factor in the fees. Always factor in the fees. Do not forget about the fees. Always factor in the fees. And so the fees are $2,243. That is crazy though. So never mind. These are not good prices. You're looking at $7,000 your first semester. So if you're a Pell Grant student, always start with Pell Grant, because a lot of students are on Pell Grant when they go to college. A lot of students. And so your Pell Grant is going to be gone your first semester. Your first half of your Pell Grant is going to be gone. So yeah. And if you are a non-resident, I advise you not to go there, because they're going to charge you. They're going to charge you tuition. Then they're going to charge you an additional non-resident tuition, apparently. Ouch. And that's a lot. You're looking at $13,000 for one semester. That's a lot. So that's the tuition and fees. And remember, guys, if you stay on campus, that does not include on-campus housing. And they actually separated the program and technology per credit hour at this college. If you're doing a certain type of major, they're charging you a lot more on the per credit hour. They gave us the general estimate, like the general tuition. So please, 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 please be careful when you're evaluating Oklahoma, the University of Oklahoma. What they say is pretty accurate with the 17 grand, but you're looking at I would say you're looking at more than 17 grand, because on my calculator, what we got, 7,000 if you stay on campus. Yeah, that's about accurate. You're looking at about 17. 78% of students earn more than a high school graduate. You're looking at an estimate of $63,000 when attending this school, or after you attend the school and go get a job in the career field. You're looking at 63,000. So test scores to get in, they have a 77% acceptance rate. I bet they do. With those prices, I bet they do. So students who return after their first year, 88%. That's pretty good. Considering their prices, that's pretty good. The 88% of their students return after their first year. My hair look fuzzy. It's fuzzy, guys. I would say that's really it for the University of Oklahoma. Um, the University of Oklahoma wasn't really much spectacular. I didn't like it once we got pretty far calculating their prices. But if you have had a great career, or yeah, if you had a great career in your job upon going to that school, please let us know in the comment section about the University of Oklahoma. We would like to know the Sooners besides their sports. We would like to know them for their academics and like how people are doing in career fields who don't play sports. So if you went there, let us know. If you said the prices are expensive or depending on the person, how you feel, let us know. But the University of Oklahoma, I personally wouldn't go there. These prices are a little crazy. If I transfer, it depends because they separate all the per credit hours. And so that is all we have for tonight. We done. Debt free degree. They celebrating debt, but we ain't.